worst that could happen? Today I want to talk about something that everyone should be including in their query letters, but that a lot of people don't include, and that's stakes. So, as you know, as you're writing a query letter, one of the things you need to do is give a synopsis of your book. So you're talking about your characters and all the things that they have to do in the book. So you give this nice little summary, and then what? Once you get to the end of that summary section, what you're going to want to do is include some stakes. Stakes are basically what your character or characters have to lose if they don't succeed. Stakes are really great for giving your reader a reason to be interested in what your characters are doing. Stakes are important because as you get to the end of this summary of all the conflict, the reader may be asking, okay, so what? So they have to fight a magical evil army. What happens if they lose? You can have the most interesting conflict in the world, but unless that conflict has important consequences, then ultimately it's not going to be that interesting. There's a pretty simple formula that you can use for establishing stakes in your query. That is, main character must do really hard thing or else really bad thing will happen. For example, Katniss Everdeen must win the Hunger Games or else she will die and her family will probably starve. Or Frodo must destroy the One Ring of Power or else Sauron will take over all of Middle-earth and everyone will die. Or Thomas must escape the maze or else he will be stuck there until he dies. As you'll notice, there are a lot of people dying in these stakes that I've given as examples. This doesn't have to be the case. Not all stakes need to be life or death. A lot of times I get contemporary authors saying, my book doesn't have any life or death stakes. There are no stakes in my book. And that's not true. Anytime you have a conflict, it stands to reason that your character has something to lose. Maybe your stakes are as simple as the main character must put aside differences with their best friend or risk losing that best friend forever. Or maybe they need to work up the courage to ask out somebody they really like or else they won't be able to be with that person. So what your job is when you're establishing stakes is to ask yourself what your character has to do and what are the consequences if they fail. Whether those be big life or death consequences or little things. Once you've figured out those two things, you can plug them into the formula, put it in your query letter, and you are ready to go. You don't have to follow the wording in this formula exactly. For instance, in a query letter I've used in the past, I said for my stakes, caught in the midst of a court as deadly as it is elegant, Livia is left with no choice but to outsmart Emery to save her new kingdom and the husband she's only just begun to fall for. So while this doesn't follow the exact wording that I gave you, it does tell you, 1, what the hard thing she has to do is, and 2, what she stands to lose if she fails. Stakes are really great because they make the reader invested in the outcome of your story. They make the reader want more, which is exactly what a query letter is supposed to do. Basically, you must include stakes in your query letter or else your reader might be bored. You see what I did there? That's the formula. So good luck with your query letter writing and any other writing endeavors you happen to be doing right now. And remember to tune in Sunday for a live chat.